three fundamentals, fundamentals of basketball that I want to talk to you about today that is implementing the physical activity portion of our Fundamentals of Obesity program is dribbling, passing, and shooting. The dribbling fundamental. The dribbling fundamental you do with your fingertips. Always teach them to form. That's the best way to implement any fundamental to a child of K through 8 grades. You dribble with your fingertips. You dribble with the ball out in front of you in a good stance with a good balance. The ball out in front of you as simple. You always want to teach the kids to do one thing with your right hand and the same thing with your left hand. So here goes the right hand, the left hand. While this is stationary dribbling, I also want to show you motionary dribbling. While this can be competitive for kids, K through 8, it's good to always make incentives and competitions between the kids and with their peers. This could be races. It could be relay races of dribbling the length of the basketball court and back to which team finishes first. This motion is dribbling with a motion. Okay, that's the first fundamental of dribbling. You can do lots of different games with that. The second fundamental is passing. Okay, passing, the fundamentals start with elbows in, hands on each side of the basketball, still on your fingertips, and you're going to place the ball towards your target. As you throw the ball towards your target, you want to make sure that you're aiming for the chest level. This can be implemented through an object on the wall or a peer that you can pass with and do partner passing. Once again, this can be done in a stationary movement or a motionary movement. I'm going to demonstrate the stationary movement. I'm going to pass to the wall directly behind the camera and watch my form. As I release the ball, my thumbs will be pointing down and my elbows will still be in, pointed towards my target. That's an example of the stationary passing. Now, to implement motionary, you will use your peers, you will use a partner. Even with a beat the clock, you can do it by yourself on the wall. A beat the clock game is you would time yourself for 20 seconds or 30 seconds, doesn't matter the time, but you always try to pass as many times as you can to beat the clock. This can be done with dribbling and shooting as well. You can try to shoot as many times as you can in 20 seconds. This is building endurance, this is building strength, and this is a good way to test that physical activity using the fundamentals of passing. The third and final one is shooting. Now, any coach that teaches shooting to anybody wanting to play the sport of basketball, you teach the word beef. Beef, the 4 letters stand for each thing of your shooting stance and form. B is for balance. Balance is with your knees bent, butt down, and eyes to the target is your next letter, E. Eyes to your target. You always want to look at the goal, because now that's what we're practicing shooting towards. Your second E is for the elbow. Your elbow needs to be a direct line underneath the basketball. And then the final letter is F, which you should follow through towards your target. So once you stand up and shoot, your follow through should be pointing towards your target. I'm going to demonstrate this. It is a stationary set. Balance, eyes on target, elbow under the ball, and follow through towards the goal. Now, that's stationary shooting. The way you can implement this into motion is by partner shooting. One rebounding and passing it back to the shooter and moving all the way around the court. Or a beat the clock situation where you want to try to shoot as many times as possible before the clock runs out. Now, there's many games and ways that you can implement this into becoming more physically active. But I just laid out the fundamentals, which I think is very important for our participants in this program to learn the fundamentals of this sport before implementing competitions and faster paced activities. Those are the 3 fundamentals of basketball in our program of obesity.